Hello crypto geeks and welcome to another exciting video on this beautiful Wednesday. Today we get into a very important topic and we get into the deposition, the entire deposition. We will go one question at a time, one answer at a time. What did Hinman answer about the Ethereum Foundation? We will talk about that today. I have the entire deposition script, basically what happened, sentence by sentence, question by question again, and word by word. So we'll go through that in today's video, and I'll start by going over the price of Bitcoin. We're sitting at we've been ranging between 44 and 45,000, and XRP sitting at a beautiful $1.15. Looks like we had corrected, so you're seeing the trend, a build-up trend start again there. Higher lows, as you can see here, and so on. It's up 6% for XRP today. Cardano about 13%, and Bitcoin is sitting variable there between 1 and 5%. So good stuff. Now, I'm not going to take too much of your time. We're going to get right back into the document. Okay, so the first question that was asked to Mr. Hinman was his expertise with respect to the application of federal security laws to transactions in digital assets. So basically, he was asked about how much he really knew about the application of laws to crypto. Basically, his answer was that he was new, everybody was new, but he knew more than others because he had done a bit of research and was a little bit above average understanding of that. So people often came to him with questions, although he wasn't the biggest expert within the SEC. So that was his answer to the first question. Not really relevant to this case, a little bit maybe as to how he was, suited to apply these laws. If you're not an expert in something, then how do you go about applying these laws within, the thing that you don't know too much about? So this is the question in relevance to that. Again, not really important for the lawsuit. The next question, and why is it that no one knew a lot about crypto and about actually laws, federal security laws? You're part of an organization that's supposed to say we're regulating and we're informing and letting people know. And why is it that you're saying that nobody or not a whole lot of people know anything about this new industry, crypto? And again, his answer was, it was because crypto was new, nobody really knew about it, nobody knew about instruments, and crypto was changing. So then Ripple get in and ask a really smart question. They're saying, is part of the reason that you didn't know too much about litigation and laws about crypto is because you didn't know what constituted a security and what constituted a non-security? Is that why people came to you? And then the lawyer objected to the way that question was asked because it was a bit of a trick question that Ripple was trying to catch from Hinman. But Hinman answered. He said, I don't believe so. So he doesn't believe that people were coming or that there was a lot of questions that they were bringing to him about litigation in this new industry that he knew nothing about. So he's saying essentially that no, that's not the reason they were coming to me. They were coming to me for other things. Not because they didn't know or that because this new industry was not clear as to what's a security or what was not a security. It's just they had general questions. Again, this will disprove. If you're saying they knew, then you're saying there was complete clarity. Is there complete clarity in the SEC today? Years after he took office and he's left office? No. So this is a blunt lie by Hinman. And I'm sure he's going to get caught in the act of this lie. Let's see what happens in the next. Continue on with this. So part of his question answer, again, is blocked out here. And I think it's blocked out because he gives an answer. Look, this is a trick question. Because if Hinman says, yeah, because they didn't know what was security and what was not. These are the people that you're saying were meant to enforce crypto and determine what's a security and what's not. And they don't know what a security is and what's not. How are you saying we're supposed to know? So he might have answered a part here that involves that. Because he says, no, I don't believe that they They didn't know, they knew. So then he said something else. Now, who do you think in this blocked out part is going to benefit more? I mean, any normal person is going to say probably Ripple, because this is a question that an answer to it would probably benefit Ripple, and it gets blocked out. So I'm guessing the SEC, I'm almost certain the SEC is the one that blocked this privilege out. So, and then he continues with another answer. Actually, this is Ripple asking a question about somebody, a client. I just realized this is a question. And his answer is, I didn't think they were ever a client. They might have been involved with matters I was involved in, but I don't think they were a client. So who's he talking about here? If you know or you think you know, leave it in the comment section. Then they get into another client. And how about consensus? No. And how about the Ethereum Foundation? No. So he's saying that the Ethereum Foundation were not... I'm guessing this is a question about the organization you worked for before and whether they were clients of his, Consensus and the Ethereum Foundation. And he says no to both. And then they ask him, and I mean this, he's asked in a very broad sense when I talk about the Ethereum Foundation. And I'm reading from language on their website. So if you'll bear with me. The Ethereum Foundation is not a company or even a traditional non-profit. Their role is not to control or lead Ethereum, nor are they the only organization that funds critical development of Ethereum-related technologies. And the Ethereum Foundation, so with that very amorphous, broad definition of the Ethereum Foundation, do you believe you represent any company, individual, or entity that was involved in the Ethereum Foundation as I just described? And guys, we get a ton of blocked. Now, he must have talked a lot. I'm guessing these dots is another question and then an answer. And then a question and then answers. So they block everything that he said about Ethereum, but he's talked a lot about Ethereum Foundation. This is going to be critical to this lawsuit. So then the reporter, just to prove, who wants to get proof that he's talking about Ethereum, the Ethereum we're talking about, just so we have everything on record solid as to what he said. He said, spell it. Ethereum. This must mean this is very important information because he can't go back. They wanted to make sure that he can't go back and say, that's not the Ethereum I was talking about, but I'm talking about a different Ethereum. Just to re-verify it, they forced them to spell Ethereum. Thank you. Okay, this is super interesting. So then they get into the organization that he's worked for before working for the SEC. So this is the question. I'd like to now direct your attention to the period after you announced your retirement from Simpson Thacher until you joined the SEC as the director of the Division of Corporate Finance. Because I don't know what order we were going to be offering the doc. Oh, so there's a part in here that gets cut. So there's a couple of pages that are just deleted. So we'll get in to what we see next here. So we'll get right from here. Do you have Exhibit 6 in front of you? Answer. The only thing I have is my bio. So I'll show you what I've been marked as Exhibit 6. I'll represent to you what I believe this is a Supreme Court decision in the SEC versus Howey. I just want to follow up on your earlier testimony that you said that prior to joining the SEC, you had familiarized yourself with the Howey as it may relate to digital assets. Correct. They're asking him. And he says, I believe so. Now, you don't know whether you familiarize yourself with the Howey test or not. It's a really stupid answer if you ask me. They say, okay, approximately When was that? And this is a very smart question, because I believe so is not definitive, right? You can say, I believe so, but I'm not sure. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. He can walk away from it. But then the Ripple lawyer is smart. When did you familiarize yourself? Now, if he gives an answer, it makes this answer definitive. So if he says, yeah, I believe it was, which is exactly what he said, mid 2016, late 2016. Now he can't walk away from this. He did. He's saying now, based on, yeah, I did look at the Howey test. He can't walk away from that because he gave a date. Otherwise, this, you can't say I did study it, but I didn't do it, but then I did it mid-year. This doesn't make sense. They're smart as they're capturing these points. And did you do this in anticipation of becoming the director of the division of corporate finance? And he says no. And then they ask him a question. And guys, we are blocked. I'm starting to love these blockages because they come in times where this information, this is going to be positive for Ripple. It's not coming after a question that's targeting Ripple in a negative sense. It's coming after a question that would give Ripple give Ripple really good answers that benefit in this court and gets blocked, which proves to me that the SEC is blocking these. Now, I'm going to go through the rest of them. I know we're at like 12 minutes, guys. I'm going to bring up another video probably in like a couple of hours. Few hours later, we're going to go through the rest of this. I don't want to make the videos too long just so I don't overwhelm you. But make sure your notifications are on because I'm going to go through this. Guys, I have to tell you, I'm not a financial or legal advisor. I forgot to say it at the beginning. Always do your own research. And please, please, please click that like button. It really helps me out. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not. Make sure your notifications are on so you can see the next one. I'm going to upload it very soon. Also, important information is going to be on my Discord. The link is in the description and on my beautiful Twitter page, Crypto Geek News. Link for that also in the description. See you in the next video in a little while. Lots of juicy information, guys. I'm super excited to go through this with you.